What's up, space engineers? Motherfucker Jones here once again in the beta build for space engineers to show you guys some more beta builds. So without further ado, here we go. Just for you, we have the Nke Cyber Tank. Slightly influenced by the Cybertruck, this was just a simplified, dumbed-down tank that I decided, well, it's so simple it must work, right? Alright, so what's working for us here? Well, right up front here, on a swivel turret, we got 2 Gatling guns and 4 rocket pods, and a camera here. Keep in mind this build is not survival ready, but there's our glorious 3x3 hinge block there, allowing for a much more compact tank build. And there is a traditional turret on the back for possibly anti-air control. So while you're blasting away your targets on the ground, your turret on the back can go ahead and take care of any incoming strike planes, as you will. So here we go, we're going to go ahead and try and take off with this thing. Get it off the ground. All the hotbars pages are set up for tools and things that the tank would need. First page you have your rotor locks, your connector setup, and your turret controls. You know, second page you have your suspension controls to raise the height and stiffen the strength. So if you find you're turning and you're bumping into your armor as you turn, you can increase the strength and turn quite well without tipping over. At least at this speed. So here we go, I'm going to go ahead and try and test out the top turret for you. The top turret is locked with the rotor and the hinge block locks, so you just unlock those and we are free to move that top part with our thumbstick. I am controlling this with my thumbstick right now. I'm just moving left and right now. There isn't much room of variance for up and down, mostly because of all the armor shrouding and stuff like that. It kind of knocks into each other, but that's okay because you really don't want this thing aiming up too high, because then it gets kind of goofy. But it's fine. It's got a perfect range of movement. You'll be able to pinpoint and blast any target on the ground, and probably up, I think, 15 degrees and down 15 degrees is your range of movement on the turret because of that big shroud piece there, which protects the hinge block from being damaged and you losing the whole top part completely. So there was a little bit of a trade-off there. Also a trade-off, this video is 15 minutes long because there's 3 vehicles in here, so if you're like, God, another long video, it's because there's 3 vehicles, so if you're already like, what the heck, that's why. Anyway, I'm going to try and roll this thing, because why not, right? Here we go. Whee! Alright. So that was a crash simulation right there. You know, sometimes I do that on purpose just to see how my builds would feather up, you know, how they would withstand. And it seems like, look at that, our hinge blocks are durable. I don't think the rotor would have been able to do that. So I'm super happy for these hinges to come into the main Space Engineers game for Xbox. This is a video being taken during the before Sparks of the Future. So moving on to the next vehicle, keeping this as compact as possible, this is the Nke Bear, the breathable environment armored recon vehicle. And well, it doesn't have a lot of armaments on it, but it's mainly purposed to transport personnel and possibly cargo if you wanted to manipulate the cargo area for cargo storage. Up front we have some vent looking things, your main headlights, and underneath them rocket launchers. You got a big old splitting bumper there, and underneath the suspension work is really nice, if I do say so myself. I took some extra time to kind of test out and see how this all would work. There's your connector and your battery box underneath, all heavy armored up, so you can drive over a connector on a base and just connect it up that way. This is actually survival ready, if you were wondering, and we did just fly all the way underneath there. So there's a lot of room underneath there for rolling over rocks and suspension. There are no gyroscopes on the stock version of this build, but that's okay. We can always put gyroscopes on it. It seats 8, and it is pressurized with these small grid doors. Pressurized with this H2O2 generator, which has a fan there, or excuse me, a vent there, and yeah. Pretty simple little truck. Again, the hotbar pages are all set up. The down on the first page brings up the back, right on the first page brings up the right, and left on the first page brings up the left ramps, which are also kind of like armors for the doors when you bring them up, because it provides an extra layer of material for ballistics to try to get through. So I find it does work pretty well. Also, if you notice here, those are decoys on pistons. You got turn signals, left and right, and the suspension, and the headlights. And on the other page, the suspension is set up, and the rocket launchers. Of course, how could I forget the rocket launchers? And if you wanted to walk up those ramps, like I was just trying to mention, you could lower the vehicle's main height with the height increase and decrease on this one, and left and right control the strength. So about at a certain height, you'll notice that the ramps come down perfectly, so that you, as a player, can just simply walk onto them. No button jumping or anything needed. They could just walk right on and then fold up, and then we are good to go. So let's go ahead and take it off for a little bit of a spin. And let's see if we can get it stuck somewhere. Maybe crash it. Let's see how badly this thing will take a fall. I'm not going to be stupid and just run right into a mountain cliff. Let's try and see if we can find a nice incline. Not the one to my left. Let's go to another incline. Let's gain some speed and try and jump up one of these inclines here. No, not those ones. Alright, I guess we'll go to our left. Which one? Yeah, that looks pretty easy to get up here, but I'm gonna go full speed to see how far we get. Oh. Uh-oh. No. Hey, we're in one piece still. Oh, boy. Oh, come on, land. Oh, no. Did you just see that? The pistons act like a spring. Check this out. Oh, well. I mean, I might lose a few decoys, but watch. So, like, they act like a roll bar. If I get onto my hood, they just push me back over. Oh, here we go. Alright. We landed. Not too bad. Could have been worse. Should have been a lot worse, dang it. I was kind of hoping to tear this thing to pieces. But that's okay, that just kind of shows the resilience of it. It is all heavy armor and blast door blocks, so I'm not surprised. It is more of a military style vehicle with small armaments on it. More of a troop transport. You know how it is. Modular, you could fix the back end to whatever you want. Let me increase the friction here and see if that helps us get up these hills any better. Yeah, 75, 77% should be good. Usually, I should go 100, but I always end up like turning and then doing a flip and barrel roll there, so. Let's see, let's try going up here. Maybe a little bit farther up the hill. Ah, no. Yeah, this thing needs gyros. Maybe more gyros. Oh no, I think I'm actually stuck now. Oh, come on. What? Yep, just spinning. I guess I'm pincered just right in between these 2 points. Ah, it's just perfect. Alright. Well, you can just hit the buttons here to deploy the ramps manually for each door. There's a button on top of each door. Stupid mountain wouldn't let me get up it. Gotta love the hinges. Alright. Well, here is the final build with hinges. And this is, well, since we're having such a wonderful time getting up these mountains, let's say, you know, forget that. Forget all that, you know? We don't need no stinking wheels or suspensions. Nah. All we need is this. We need some thrusters, some guns, some rocket launchers. Yeah, it's got everything we need. We don't need no tires, no stinking tires. This is the TE393. And it is kind of the second generation of the TE-455, if you guys know that one from the Top 10 Fighter video that I did earlier. This is what it was supposed to be, but I had to do it with rotors for the 45, and this one has hinges folding up the wings. And yes, you can notice that I am dropping a little bit, but that's because they still act as subgrids. And I noticed that since the hinges are more rigid, they actually act almost like they're heavier. Also, I have 2 hinges instead of 1 rotor, so that's probably also a factor, but you don't even notice it while you're flying like this. Matter of fact, it is really super agile, and it's also good on the strike path, unlike some other fighters that I have myself, which, you know, you'll be able to do a strike path, and the second you pull up, well, you don't pull up, you just keep going straight and ram into the target you're shooting at. This one doesn't do that. It's got a rocket launcher in the middle of the nose there, and your guns are on the wingtips, and this one does have decoy deploys on the tips of the wings as well, just like every other TE, just because, you know, you want your enemies to be shooting as far away from the center of your ship as possible. So, let's try and do an attack run on our stuck little bear over here. Yeah, poor little bear. My folly becomes my fodder. Here we go. I'm pulling up. Ooh, just barely, but as you can see, this thing is way more nimble than it perceives to be because of the drifting towards gravity with the subgrids and all. And as you can see, that I'm causing a lot of smoke with my thrusters, but I promise you that the thrusters and the wings are actually spaced 2 blocks apart, and if you know anything about small grid thruster building, that is the length of which you need to have space in order for your thrusters not to destroy the blocks that are below it. So 2 blocks of space is what you need to avoid any damage. For the small grid thrusters, the large ones considerably need more, closer to 6 to 8 blocks. That number actually hasn't been figured out. I do believe it's 8, but sometimes it gets away, you know, depending on the block, you know, it gets away with certain things. So we're just going to land here and take a look-see at the damage that we did to the bear first. Because as you see, I did try to attack the tank, but I probably missed everything. Anyway, it looks like we lost a wheel here. Maybe a little bit of armor pieces on the engine there. Door seems working. Lost some half armor blocks there. Wheels are incapacitated. And inside looks pretty untouched. Oh, hey, no, we lost our driver's seat. Must have done a good number on the front end there then. Makes a lot of sense because of the wings, the guns and the wings are spread out pretty far. I would imagine the center of my target wouldn't have gotten hit unless I, you know, went left to right and did that. But okay, I got some bullet holes there. Any bullet holes here? No bullet holes. Oh yeah, this was already kind of destroyed. Yeah, all right, that wasn't too bad. You know, a quick little strike. The bear did pretty good. Held up quite decently. Oh yeah, some of the windows got shot out. That explains it. Explains why the seat got shot out. Cool. Let's go check on the tank. And, you know what? I'm feeling kind of spunky. Let's go ahead and give the tank one more good pass over with our Gatling guns here. See if we can't knock anything loose. Here we go. There's our red dots. Oh yeah, I must have done some kind of damage there. Got some smoke coming off that. Go check it out. See, as you can see, this fighter's pretty nimble. And with the 6 Gatling guns, it does a pretty good job of damaging things, you know. I'm sure if I stayed there and kept attacking the tank... Oh, look, I missed with my missile shots completely. That's good. And, hey! The hinge is still attached to the rotor. Nice! That is nice. Doesn't seem like too much was damaged here. We got some bullet holes in the side panels to protect them. Nothing much. Oh, we got one is damaged. Oh, 2 here. Oh well. Well, anyway, that's coming, guys. It's all coming. Straight from the beta version. These hinges are tough. Look at how tough these things are. I'm just testing out how tough they are. Just spinning and spinning and producing G-forces on them. And they handle it pretty well. That one seems to be stuck. Come on. Come on. Anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I hope you guys enjoy playing with these blocks when they truly come out. See you next time.